You're not loving them. You're slowly killing yourself and calling it love, calling it loyalty, calling it being a good person. But strip away the story, and what's left? It's self-destruction dressed up to look noble. Subscribe to the channel right now so you don't miss a single insight. Here's a brutal truth about human nature, one most people are too scared to face. But Machiavelli, he knew it 5 centuries ago, and he whispered it in the ears of kings. A truth so raw, society's been trying to bury it ever since. Not everyone can be saved. And worse, not everyone wants to be. Some people aren't drowning, they're dragging. They don't want your help. They want your body as a flotation device. You reach out to save them, and instead of climbing out, they pull you under. They grip you tight, use your strength to stay afloat, while you quietly sink. And you know exactly who I mean. That friend who's always in chaos. That partner who drains your soul but still expects your patience. That family member who takes your money, your peace, your energy, and pays you back with guilt and blame. You tell yourself, if I just love them more, if I just give a little more, they'll finally change. But Machiavelli would give you a look as cold as stone and hit you with the truth. A man who tries to be good all the time is bound to come to ruin among so many who are not good. Let that sink in. Compassion without limits, that's not strength. It's your weakness being dressed up as virtue, and it's exactly what parasites, manipulators, and emotional leeches prey on. Today, we are going to perform a surgery on your conscience. We are going to cut away the rotting tissue of blind kindness. We are going to explore the 6 types of people you must never under any circumstances try to save, because this isn't about cruelty, it's about survival. It's about keeping your power safe so you can give it to the people who actually deserve it. If you're the one who always gives and never gets, if you're tired of bleeding for people who just hand you pain in return, then listen carefully, because this might be the wake-up call you've needed your entire life. But here's the deal. Once you see people for who they really are, once you see human nature through this lens, there's no going back to the comfort of pretending. Before we meet the 6 types of people you should never try to save, you need to understand something deeper. The savior trap. Why do you do it? Why do you run into the fire for someone who lit the match? Because somewhere along the line, you were taught this lie, that your worth depends on how useful you are, that being good means taking as much pain as possible and smiling through it. That saying no means you've betrayed someone. Machiavelli would call that what it really is: strategic suicide. In his world, and in yours, nothing is unlimited. Not your time, not your energy, not your power. So when you keep pouring yourself into someone who only drains you, you're not just wasting those things, you're investing in your own destruction. Picture a ship. There's limited space, limited supplies. If you start dragging every broken soul, every emotional saboteur, every drama addict on board, the ship doesn't become a safe place. It sinks. And when it goes down, so do the innocent, so do you. So if you really want to save the ship, you've got to be ruthless about who you let on deck. This is where we arrive at the concept of therapeutic darkness. It's the tough truth that sometimes the kindest thing you can do for someone is to let them fall, let them hit rock bottom, because that's where illusions die. That's where the excuses run out. That's where they either rise or they stay down. But when you jump in to rescue them, you're not helping. You're stealing the lesson. You're interrupting a law older than any society, cause and effect. So who are these people? Who are the ones you need to let go, no matter how much it hurts? Let's start with the first one, the most subtle, the most exhausting. Type 1, the architect of chaos. The first type is the person who is perpetually followed by a dark cloud, and Machiavelli warned about them, not out of superstition, but because he paid attention. He saw that some people aren't victims of bad luck. They are architects of their own destruction. You know this person. Every time you talk to them, it's another disaster. They lost their job, their car broke down, their partner cheated, their landlord's evil, the world's against them. And at first your heart aches. You think, how can one person have it this bad? So you step in, you help, you give, you save, you lend them money, you make calls, and for a week, maybe two, they're calm, grateful, hopeful. But the chaos always comes back. The job you got them, they lost it because the boss had it out for them. The money you lent them, it's gone, swallowed by a new emergency. Listen closely. Bad luck spreads. This is not magic. It is psychology. People who are chronically unlucky, they're not cursed. They're undisciplined. They lack judgment. They make impulsive decisions. They ignore red flags. They get into conflicts with people. They are lazy in their thinking and careless in their actions. But here's the real danger. They never own it. It's never their fault. It's always the job, the friend, the system, the ex, the economy, the timing, always something outside of them. And if you try to rescue this kind of person, you don't just become the helper, you become part of the wreckage. Machiavelli knew this truth well. Human fortunes are tied together. If you rope your boat to a sinking ship, the ocean doesn't care about your intentions. You go down with them. I've seen brilliant people lose everything, money, careers, peace of mind, just because they tried to stabilize someone who's addicted to chaos. You can't fix someone who's in love with their own downfall. Why would anyone stay stuck in chaos? Simple. Chaos gives them attention. Chaos gives them excuses. As long as they're the victim, they never have to win anything. They never have to try. So what do? You stop being their umbrella. You stop shielding them from the rain. Let them get soaked. Let them shiver. Let them feel the cold. Because only the cold can make them realize they need to build their own shelter. If you keep shielding them, you are merely strengthening their helplessness. And eventually, their bad luck will spill over onto you. Keep your distance. Protect your peace. Misfortune spreads through contact, so protect your energy. Guard your peace. Quarantine yourself from the architect of chaos. Type 2, the bottomless pit. This one hurts the most, because this is the person who asks for your help, uses your help, and then quietly starts to resent you for it. Machiavelli understood this better than most. He warned about the unstable nature of gratitude. He said, "Men are quick to change their nature when their interests change." The ungrateful person isn't empty by accident. They suffer from a deep, toxic sense of entitlement. They don't see your kindness as a gift. They see it as something you owe them. Watch how the pattern unfolds. The first time you help them, they're overwhelmed. "Thank you. You saved me. I don't know what I'd do without you." And it feels good. You feel needed. You feel valuable. That's when the hook sinks in. The second time, they ask again, but with less hesitation. You help. They say thanks, but it's shorter, colder, less eye contact. By the third time, they don't ask at all. They expect. And if you pause, if you hesitate, if you don't drop everything instantly, they get irritated. They throw out a passive-aggressive line like, I thought friends helped friends. That's when you realize the truth. This person is a bottomless pit. No matter how much you give, it's never enough. Because the hole inside them isn't a lack of money, support, or opportunity. It's a lack of character. And here's the real danger. When you keep helping someone like this, you create a warped power dynamic. You become the provider. They become the dependent. And human beings, by their dark nature, hate those they depend on. Not because you wronged them, but because your presence reminds them of their weakness. And eventually, their resentment will replace their gratitude. Dependence breeds contempt. The truth is, they don't admire you. They despise you. Your strength reminds them of what they lack. Your generosity exposes their failure to stand on their own. So they smile when you give. They nod when you help. But deep down, they're quietly sharpening a knife. Have you ever noticed? The people you've helped the most are often the ones who talk the worst behind your back. That's not a coincidence. That's the cost of creating dependence. This is why Machiavelli advises that if you must help, do it in a way that does not create ongoing dependence. Or better yet, do not help at all if you sense the rot of entitlement. How do you spot them? Test them. Say no to a small request, because how someone reacts to a no will tell you everything about who they really are. A stable person will respect your boundary, but the bottomless pit, they'll flinch, they'll guilt trip you, they'll go cold, they'll act wounded, offended, betrayed. They'll punish you for daring to turn off the tap. That's your signal. When you see it, don't walk away. Run. You can't save someone who believes the world owes them a living. You pour your life into them, and then they look at you with dead eyes and ask, "Is that it?" Machiavelli would tell you, do not cast your pearls before swine, because they won't thank you. They'll trample them, and then they'll turn around and tear you apart. Now, we enter darker territory. The first two types drained you through weakness or need, but this third type, they drain you through something far more dangerous: malice. Machiavelli knew something most people still refuse to admit. Envy is the most corrosive force in any group. A team, a family, a friendship, a kingdom, it doesn't matter. If envy walks in, everything else rots. And the most dangerous kind of envy? It never shows its face. It smiles. This is the smiling saboteur. It's not your rival. It's not your enemy. It's your friend. The one who's been by your side since day one. You both started at the same level. But then, you grew, you evolved, you got sharper, you moved up, and they didn't. And now they can't stand the sight of your rise, but they won't attack you head on. They're not that stupid. See, open enemies? Easy. You can see their swords, you can hear their insults, but the smiling saboteur, they hide the blade behind concern. They play the role of the caring friend while slowly poisoning your ambition. Listen closely when you share good news. I got the promotion. Oh wow, that's great. But aren't the hours brutal? Just worried you're gonna burn yourself out. I met someone incredible. Nice. Just be careful, okay? You know how you get. I'd hate to see you hurt again. Do you hear it? That soft little dagger inside the sentence. They sound supportive, but every word is loaded with doubt. They don't want to protect you. They want to pull you back down to their level, back to where they feel safe, back to the version of you that didn't threaten their ego. And the scariest part, they'll convince you they're just being a good friend. Machiavelli once said, "Men are so simple, and so eager to respond to necessity that the deceiver will always find someone ready to be deceived. And there's no deception more poisonous than envy disguised as friendship. See, the envious don't hate your success just because you have more. They hate it because your rise is a mirror, one that reflects every step they never took. And if you try to take them with you, if you say, "Come on, I'll bring you up with me," they'll smile, they'll nod, and then, right before your big moment, right before your important meeting, they create a crisis. They give you bad advice. They reveal your secrets to your rivals. They don't want you to win. You cannot save the envious. Envy is a disease with no cure, a disease of the soul. It eats the vessel that holds it from the inside. The only way to deal with the smiling saboteur is the law of concealment. Hide your wins, hide your happiness, hide your plans. Be dry, be boring. When they ask, "How's work?" "Oh, you know, grind. It's tough." Give them the misery they crave and save your wins for those who truly wish you well. Because if you ever forget who they are, if you ever think your love can fix their insecurity, you're hugging a suicide bomber. And the moment they see you building a bridge to something better, they'll blow it up, just to watch you fall. Never reveal your next move, never expose your full strength. Around envy, silence is armor. Take a breath, pause, let it sit. I know this is heavy. And right now, faces are lighting up in your memory. People you've protected, people you've defended, people you're still bleeding for, and then comes the guilt. That little voice in your head starts whispering, "But they need me. I'm not like the others. I can help them. I can change them." Kill that voice. That's not your conscience. That's your ego talking. That's the part of you that still believes you're powerful enough to rewrite human nature. You're not. You're not God. You're not a miracle. You're a human being with a limited battery, a finite soul, and a heart that wasn't built to be stepped on forever. If you keep plugging yourself into machines that feed off pain, you will die. Not just spiritually, not just mentally, but eventually, physically. Stress kills, resentment kills, betrayal kills, and we're not done yet. There are 3 more types you must be ready for, and these are the ones that don't just drain you. They manipulate your deepest instincts. They carve scars so deep you forget who you were before they touched you. So get ready. We're going deeper into the dark. Type 4, the professional victim. This one, they don't come at you swinging. They don't shout. They don't posture. They crawl on their knees with tears, with stories, with eyes that scream, "Help me, please." And just like that, you're hooked, the professional victim. Machiavelli understood something most people still don't. Power shows up in 2 forms, fear and sympathy. The tyrant rules through fear, but the weak, they manipulate through sympathy. And here's the danger. Sympathy doesn't knock on your front door. It bypasses the brain and goes straight for your heart. It feels holy. It feels righteous. But it can be deadly. You have to learn the difference. There are real victims, people who are clawing their way out of the darkness, trying, fighting. And then there are the others, the professional victims. They don't want out. They want attention. They don't heal. They harvest. They wear their wounds like a crown, a symbol of martyrdom. And you're expected to kneel. You've heard the lines before. "I can't. I'm too depressed. You're hurting me by asking me to take responsibility. I'm too sensitive for a world this cruel." It sounds soft, But it's not softness, it's emotional blackmail. If you try to save this kind of person, you step into a trap that's been set just for you, because if they actually healed, they'd lose their power. If they stood up, they'd lose the sympathy. If they took responsibility, they'd lose their excuse, so they resist, always. You offer a ladder, I'm too tired. You offer a rope, it hurts my hands. You offer to lift them, and suddenly they go limp, letting you carry all the weight until you collapse. Machiavelli would warn you, the one who relies on the pity of others builds his house on sand, but you, the savior, are building your house on a swamp. Every time you rescue them, you validate their helplessness. You teach them that being broken is a currency. You are paying them to stay sick. And here is the darkest part. The moment you can't do it anymore, the moment you say, I can't carry you any longer, the innocent lamb turns into a wolf. The professional victim will turn on you with a ferocity that will shock you. They will cast you as the villain of their story. They'll say you abandoned them. They'll cry betrayal. They'll weaponize your exhaustion and call it cruelty. Because here's what nobody tells you. They can't be the hero in their story unless they have a villain. And guess what? By trying to be their hero, you already signed up for the villain role the moment you fail. Don't play that part. Don't act in their drama. Because compassion for someone who refuses to help themselves, that's not love. That's self-destruction. That's you refusing to believe they're capable of rising. Let them fall. Let them face the void alone. Because sometimes, the only time the actor stops performing is when the audience leaves. Type 5, the arrogant fool. This one is dangerous, not just to your growth, but to your sanity. The arrogant fool isn't stupid, because stupidity can be fixed. This is worse. This is someone who refuses to know, someone deeply in love with their own opinion, even while that opinion is burning their life to the ground. Machiavelli had a hard rule for rulers. A prince who is not wise himself cannot be wisely advised. What he meant was simple. You can't teach a man who already believes he's a god. You watch this person repeat the same mistakes over and over. Wrong partners, obvious scams, pointless conflicts they can't win. And you see it clearly. You see the cliff they're walking toward. So you run to them. You warn them. Stop. Look at the map. Look at the numbers. Look at the pattern. You're about to fall. And how do they respond? Not with gratitude, not with curiosity. They sneer, they argue, they debate. He blames you for distracting him. Machiavelli suggests a colder approach. Silence. Let reality be his teacher. Reality is a harsh tutor. It does not argue, it does not debate. It simply delivers consequences. That's it. When the arrogant fool starts talking, don't waste your breath correcting them. Don't argue. Don't educate. Just nod and say, interesting. Then step back. Watch the crash from a distance. Don't get pulled in. Don't dull your blade trying to cut through stone. Save your wisdom for people who actually want it. For those rare few who have the guts to say, I don't know, can you help me? The arrogant fool must be left to the mercy of the outside world, because only brutal experience has the power to crack that shell. Now, we come to the last type, the one that breaks the hearts of the most loyal, the one that fools even the strongest. Type 6, the scorpion. There's an old story you've probably heard, the history repeater, the scorpion. A scorpion asks a frog to carry him across the river. The frog hesitates, says, "No way, you'll sting me." The scorpion replies, "Why would I do that? We'd both drown." Makes sense, right? So the frog agrees. Halfway across, the sting comes, and as the poison spreads, the frog gasps, "Why? Why would you do this?" The scorpion just shrugs. "It's my nature." There are people out there whose very nature is betrayal, destruction, sabotage. This is type 6, the one you've forgiven more times than you can count. They cheated, you forgave. They stole from you, you forgave. They lied straight to your face, again. And what did you do? You forgave. Why? Because they cried, because they made promises. "I've changed. I swear to God, it's the last time. I'm going to therapy. I'm different now." You wanted to believe them. You wanted to believe that love could save them, that you could save them, that if you were patient enough, kind enough, forgiving enough, they'd finally become the person you hoped they were. But Machiavelli would look you dead in the eye and say, "Men never change their nature. Behavior is a pattern. Character is a pattern. The best predictor of what someone will do tomorrow, what they did yesterday." And every time you rescue the scorpion, every time you shield them from the consequences of their sting, you're not saving them, you're training them, you're teaching them they can hurt you and still be forgiven. Every time you take them back, you lose a piece of your self-respect. And here's the brutal truth. They lose respect for you too. Because how can they respect someone who doesn't even respect themselves? They don't see your forgiveness as kindness. They see it as permission. If they took me back after I did that, they'll definitely take me back after I do this. You're out here looking for the good in them, but you're ignoring the darkness eating them from the inside out. Machiavelli warned rulers, "Be cautious of those who've betrayed others, because they'll eventually betray you too." Loyalty is not a feeling, it's a habit. Betrayal, also a habit. And when you're facing a chronic betrayer, someone who hurts, apologizes and repeats, you're left with one brutal choice: amputation, not distancing, not taking a break, cutting it off, fully, permanently. Yeah, it'll hurt. It'll feel like you're sawing off your own arm, but that arm is infected, it's rotting, and if you keep it attached, that poison will creep into your heart and kill you. The scorpion isn't here to heal, it's here to sting. So stop trying to save it. Stop projecting your loyalty onto someone who only knows how to destroy. Believe them the first time they show you who they are, and walk away before they drag you under again. Now you see them clearly. The 6 faces of destruction. The unlucky, the ungrateful, the envious, the victim, the fool, the scorpion. You see these people in your contacts, at your dinner table, in your life, and suddenly, a heaviness settles in your chest, because following this path means making choices that will make you look bad in the eyes of the weak. You will be called selfish, cold, Machiavellian, good. Wear those labels like armor, because what they call selfishness, the wise call self-preservation. What they call coldness, the wise call clarity. You must evolve from savior to sovereign. A savior sacrifices himself, burning bright until he's ash. A sovereign builds a lighthouse, stitched into the shoreline, unmovable, shining. The sovereign doesn't jump into the waves. Those who want to swim will swim to the light. Those who want to drown will drown in the dark. But the lighthouse remains. This is the ultimate lesson. You are not responsible for saving every soul. You are responsible for the vessel that carries your own. And the moment you stop trying to save the unsavable, something strange begins to happen. You reclaim your energy. You reclaim your time. Your anxiety disappears. Your finances improve. Your health returns. You begin building a kingdom of peace. And in that peace, something powerful happens. You start helping only those who deserve it. Those who actually take your advice. Those who match your loyalty. Those who grow when you water them. That is true power. Not the power to endure suffering, but the power to choose who deserves your time. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few really know what you are. Let the world see a calm surface. Let them make their assumptions. But deep down, you have mastered the hardest art of all, the art of letting go. But understand this. That person you've been trying to save all this time was actually a reflection of the part of yourself that still hasn't healed. What if the weakness isn't just out there? What if it's inside you too? That is a shadow for another time. If these words opened your eyes, then subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with someone who needs to hear this, because this is only the beginning of the journey.